Hey loves, welcome back to the channel. My name is Sunkiss and this is
Sunkissers!
Hey loves. So this video is going to be a life update. What's going on with your girl Sunkiss? All the details, all the tea. So stay tuned. It's gonna be a great one. Hey y'all. So this is my cousin. Say your name.
Jacriska.
Jacriska, and this is her brother. Come say hi.
Hi.
What's your name?
I don't remember it.
Huh?
I don't.
Okay, his name is Adam. So I've been chilling with them here. It's been fun, right?
Yeah.
You don't sound happy. Okay, so let's go find Obed and Judah.
Yeah.
Obed and Judah! Come. The video is awaiting you.
No.
Come on, say hi.
Hello.
Come to the camera.
Hello.
That's Judah.
He's shy.
That is really
Yeah, he's a shy. He is shy. Hey, Adam.
Stop that.
Okay. Hey guys, so finally the ghost has arrived. My cousin Judah. Say hello.
Hi.
Okay. So Sunkiss Nation, I have been in the beautiful country of Ghana, as you all know. That is where my family is from. So I decided earlier on this year that I'm gonna go to Ghana and I'm gonna try to stay as long as I can. So from January, I started saying to my friends like, yo, I'm going to Ghana in December or the last week of November. And I don't plan on coming back until like the end of January or even February. And they're like, you're crazy. What are you talking about? I'm like, listen, I'm telling you. So when it happens, don't be surprised. So, you know, the months were getting closer. It was getting to September. It was getting to October. November was finally here. The beginning of November, I still hadn't bought my ticket. So I know a lot of my friends were like, this girl's just talking. But, baby, I bought that ticket. It wasn't that bad. I bought British Airways and, you know, I have a transit in the UK. I bought that ticket and I was like, it's official. I'm coming back to the motherland, the homeland. GH, baby. So let's get the rundown of what's been happening. So really, my ultimate goal was to come to Ghana for two things. Ministry, I wanted to go around, I wanted to sing, I wanted to bless people, I wanted to talk to the youth, I wanted to impact. That was my goal of coming to Ghana. And second of all, I wanted to explore Accra because I feel like every time I come to Ghana, it's either we come to Accra for a few days and then we go straight to Kumasi. Kumasi is in the Ashanti region if you're not aware. There's a Ghana map on Google. You can check it out and see what I'm talking about. But yes, we go straight to Kumasi, and then when it's time to leave, then we end up coming back to Accra. But as I told you all before, this trip was a solo trip. Like, I was like, I'm going to Ghana by myself. I'm not thinking about nobody else. Like, I'm going there for me. But my brother and my mom tagged along, which was fine. But I still said, like, this trip is a solo trip. I'm not going to Ghana for their agenda. I'm going for my own agenda. So when I came to Ghana this time, I stayed in Accra as much as I could. I did go to Kumasi to visit my grandfather, but that was only for about 3 days. And then I went back for like 5 days. But throughout this whole trip, I've been in Accra, and I've been, tagging my brother along with me, but I've been making my moves. I've been trying to explore Accra as much as I could. And also, I got invited to a bunch of churches to minister and to share a little bit of inspiration that I do here on Sunkist Serves. So something that I noticed about Ghanaian churches as compared to Ghanaian or African churches in the United States. First and foremost, the level of respect is unmatched. The way the parishioners, the church members, the way they really value their pastor is unmatched. Like, when the pastor is walking in, everybody's on their feet. When the pastor is mounting the stage, like, everybody's on their feet. Like, that's the level of respect that they give to their pastors. I'm not saying, like, we should worship our pastors in any way, but that's just the observation that I've seen in Ghana. The level of respect is very unmatched. And something also that I noticed was that the protocol in Ghana, like the people that follow the pastor around and the team that welcomes guests and stuff when you're coming to certain churches, like, it's unmatched as well. Like, you really feel like you're welcomed, you're loved, that you're important when you come to these churches as a minister or as a guest. The protocol team is very, very good when it comes to that. I don't know how I feel about, standing up when your pastor walks into the room, but that's to each their own. But that's just an observation that I saw when I went to a lot of the Ghana churches. And another thing, Ghanaian churches take so long. Like, I thought my church was long when it passed 2 hours, but you will be sitting in church from 8:30 to 12:30, like 4 hours solid in church. It can be nice and it can be very, very tiresome. There's some churches where you go and you're like, I've been in church for 4 hours, really? It's been that long? And there's other times where you go to church and you're like, okay, when is this gonna be over? Like, they just keep going and going and going and going. And we've been spoiled in America because 4 hours in one service, not moving, just sitting there, is a lot. Like, you will get out of church and you wanna go home and eat and sleep. Like, there's nothing else that you wanna do. But again, I believe it is the culture here in this country because Sundays are set aside for church and for Christians to, follow their religious duties or whatever it is. So there's not really much happening on Sundays in Ghana. But that's another observation that I've seen. I also made it a point, as I said, to explore Accra. So I made it a point to go to different restaurants. I'm a big foodie. I love my food. So I was like, let me try all these restaurants that people have been talking about. And I am going to do a separate video on, like, places you need to try in Ghana. Sorry, y'all. A fly was trying to take me out. But yes, so I am gonna make a separate video about places you need to try in Accra when it comes to restaurants and just fun things to do. But restaurants are fun things for me to do. So I went out to different restaurants. There was a time where it was my brother's birthday on the 28th. So I told him all the way from the 24th to the 28th, like every day we're gonna eat out. We're gonna try different restaurants. We're gonna try different things. And that was so fun. So we did that. I'll go more into detail in the next video that you see about places to try in Accra. But Accra is a very nice place. Like, it's very bougie. It's very upscale. If you want to be a bougie, upscale person, Accra is your place. Accra we day, as they say. So Ghana is a great country. If you want to have fun, you can have fun. If you want to be low-key, you can be low-key. If you want to be low-key / out there, you can do that as well. Something I don't like about Ghana, though, is since the dollar rate to the cedi has been going up, prices in Ghana do not make sense. I remember the last time I came here, when you were buying certain things, you're like, okay, you know, this is affordable, this is reasonable. But now that the dollar rate has gone up, people feel the need to raise their prices on even locally made things. I would understand if you're raising the price when it comes to things that are imported. A lot of things in Ghanaian markets and stuff, they're imported from the UK, they're imported from the US. But when you're telling me that plantain, the price of plantain is gonna go up, the price of yam is gonna go up, the price of cassava is gonna go up because the dollar is rising, please help me make that make sense. I don't get it. Because what does plantain have to do with the rising of the dollar? It doesn't make it make sense. Like, help me out. I don't get it. Please help me out. When you go to Accra and you go to a really nice restaurant, the standard that you would pay is 200 cedis, and that's just one person. When back in the day, at least 2, maybe even 3 people can use 3 cedis or can use 200 cedis to buy something. It's crazy. But Ghana is a very peaceful place, even though there aren't a lot of opportunities when it comes to jobs and people are really suffering. There's like a overwhelming peace that's in the country of Ghana. Like, you don't feel stressed. Like, even the people that are suffering the most, like, they always make the best out of their situations, and you always see joy. Like, you always see them having joy, and that is unmatched. You know, in America, you always have to think about bills, you always have to think about your upkeep, and there's just a lot of stress associated with living in America, living abroad. But there's a lot of peace associated with being in Ghana. However, living here full time might be a struggle. I can see maybe coming here 6 months and going back to America 6 months or 3 months or 4 months, but living here forever, it might be a stretch. Because when I came here in 2020, the economy was not as bad as it is now. And Ghana, there just has to be a lot of improvements. Like, the system is not working here. When we come to Ghana, like, it takes ages for things to get done. And it's like, come on, bruh. Where is the intensity? Like, where is I don't even know the word for it, but help me out. But yes, there has to be something that comes along and changes things in this country. Because there's not a lot of opportunities in the country, a lot of young men find themselves being thieves, fraudsters. They're scamming people out of their money. It's not right. So the security issue in Ghana is something that needs to be really watched. Like, if you're coming here as a tourist to see different things, you got to make sure that the taxi that you take is like trustworthy. I don't know how you're going to verify or make sure, but just pray to God to protect you, because sometimes people find themselves in the wrong taxi and the wrong Ubers, and then we hear sad cases. So just make sure that you are surrounded around good people, surrounded by people that you can trust, because it doesn't matter if they're your brother, if they're your cousin, if they're your best friend for years. you have to watch your back when you come to Ghana. Some things to know when you're coming to Ghana: your Wi-Fi is not going to be consistent like it is in America. You have to buy data, you have to buy credit, and understand that if you are surfing the net, if you are, streaming, your data is going to be finished quick. Another thing too, if you're able to bring another phone with you that's unlocked, that you can put a local SIM in there, that will help you a great deal. Like, yes, you can bring your American phone and I'm sure it'll work or whatever, but I think it's advisable to have a local line. It just makes things so much easier. So I had 2 phones when I came here. That was helpful. Also, there's a spray that I bought from Walmart, and it's mosquito repellent. It's travel size. It was like $1. I bought 2 of those. That has been a lifesaver. I make sure that I spray myself anytime I go out and before I go to sleep, because if not, the mosquitoes as I like to call them, they will eat you alive. So make sure you have your mosquito repellent. And something also too, you can buy mosquito spray in any local market around here. Make sure you spray your room, your living room, wherever you're staying or going to sleep in before you get into bed, because you don't want mosquitoes. You don't want them biting you. I got bit really bad one time and it wasn't fun. Also, I would say another thing, make sure before you leave Ghana that you go to the clinic and you do like a malaria test where they take some of your blood and they check to see if you have mosquito parasites. And once you do that, then they'll be able to see, okay, you need to take medication before you go, because America is not too much equipped with dealing with malaria. So you want to make sure that you take the medicine that they give you here, take care of it before you leave to the United States or leave back to the UK. Someone asked me, so do you want to stay longer in Ghana? Do y'all want the truth? If I could, I would. But I probably shouldn't say that because I know someone's watching and they're probably like, really? But yeah, if I could stay longer, I would. But I need to get back to my life in the US. I need to go back to normal scheduled programming and get back to whatever I have going on back home. But until next time, Ghana, Sunkist has been good. I've been chill. I've been loving this relaxation. It's important that we take vacations like this. Take time aside for your body to get rejuvenated, for you to recuperate. You need it. It's important. The body needs rest. So I'm so glad that I took this trip. My trip total was almost 7 weeks. So maybe next time I'll do more. We'll see. But it's been fun. It's been real. Hopefully I'll get to see Ghana again really soon. I don't know the next time I'll come, but there are a lot of projects that I'm thinking about, as well as engagements that I've been able to secure. So let's see what happens. Make sure when you're coming to Ghana, you bring some type of painkiller like Advil or Tylenol. Make sure you have a first aid kit in case you're clumsy like me and you cut your finger while you're cooking with a knife. That was fun. Make sure you have some type of stomach pain reliever, because sometimes when you eat the food, it doesn't agree with your stomach. So what I brought was Imodium. It works so fast. You can find it at Walmart, CVS, Walgreens. If you don't find Imodium, there's always Pepto-Bismol. That's also another option. But make sure you bring these type of things that you can't easily find in Ghana, and it'll be at your reach, at your disposal in case you need it like very fast. But Ghana has been great. Just make sure you pack well. That will make the difference in your stay here in Ghana. And I told you, things are expensive. So if you go and try to find something in the stores, you'll be like, what? 100 cedis for this? 80 cedis for this? Ah, dang. You know what I mean? You get me? Yeah, so make sure you pack correctly. I hope you enjoyed today's video on this life update. I'm good. Sunkist is great. I've enjoyed my time here in Ghana. If you have any questions for me about Ghana or about my stay here, please drop it in the comment section and I will be so glad to answer it. But until next time, in my next video, I'll see you later, Sunkissed Nation. Bye, and thank you for rocking with me.